saying. Will you text me the stuff that Trip told you?
I will, yep.
Oh, one of the things here, I was reading about stalls.
During a turn?
During a turn, we've never done that.
Okay, very good. Let's definitely do that.
On our power on and power off.
Yep. Yeah.
That's always been straight.
Yeah, especially I want to do it in the turn, like simulate
power off.
The base to final turn.
Yep.
And that's where you're getting into you could get into a spin, but you hear the horn, and we're just going to, yeah.
I just thought of that. Was it yesterday when I was studying? I don't know. What do you got back there? 5 pounds? We're good at 10.
Yeah.
All right, sink the fuel. 290, we're good. Trip planning, we don't have anything there. Timer started. GPS status, GPS 2, we got plenty of there. Frame, 13, 14, 15,
626 Victor, we look at one more short approach.
That's 96 Victor, runway 29, clear for the option, short approach approved.
29, clear for the option, short approach approved, 626 Victor.
Enter, it's available. System setup, system 2. Turn off my ESP. Setup 1. Setup 1. We don't ever change anything there, just wanted to make sure. System status, all my LRUs are good. Annunciator sounds good today. ABS status, all 3 are on. Connection set up. My phone's talking. My iPad's talking.
Oh, here, I couldn't find it in here. I just punched it in. AI. But Garmin G5 can run on its backup battery for up to 4 hours.
That's what I thought, but I just wasn't really sure. That I read that somewhere in one of the
It says
books.
It's in here, but I couldn't find it.
Right. Databases should all be good. I just did that yesterday. Yep. And we got until June 12th. All right. Maps. Maps. Ground in there.
Information Foxtrot 1250, wind 270 at 4, visibility 10, cloud scattered 6000, temperature 22, dew point 21, altimeter 2990. Visual approach runway 29 in use caution, bird and wildlife activity, all quadrants. Advise on initial contact, you have information Foxtrot. Flagler Executive Airport, ATIS information Foxtrot 1250, wind 270 at 4, visibility 10, cloud scattered 6000, temperature 22, dew point 21, altimeter 2990. Visual approach runway 29 in use caution, bird and wildlife activity, all quadrants. Advise on initial contact, you have information Foxtrot. Flagler Executive Airport, ATIS information Foxtrot 1250, wind 270 at 4, visibility 10, cloud scattered 6000, temperature 22, dew point 21, altimeter 2990. Visual approach runway 29 in use.
2990. That looks better. 2990. 2990. 6,000 Foxtrot.
Here's a just a quick note. Overpowering the autopilot servos.
Yep.
You know, they're made, you can do that, but they say you have to be careful. And we did this in the Cirrus just to show what's happens is you can override it. So like we were doing in a hold, and I was with the guy and I said, you're he was overriding it because it wasn't turning fast enough.
Right.
Well, the thing's trying to roll back the other way. And then when we got level, oh my God, the thing just went whoosh because the servos were wound up. So it says you should you can overpower, but you should avoid it. And, only if you have to do it for a short time. And then we have the control wheel steering.
Yep.
So if you disconnect that on the autopilot, you can make the turns or whatever. Then you're not working with the auto,
you're not fighting it.
Yeah, you're not fighting it, and then you can let it go, and then it'll come back.
Yeah, one time I did overpower it.
Uh-huh.
And it disconnected.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I don't know how I did it, but I don't know if I abruptly did it. I can't remember.
Well, that's good to know. We got a half hour there, and that's a good for a standby.
Yeah.
Because if that goes dead, you're worried about a half hour. At least you can.
Yep, we got 4 hours there.
Yeah.
There's an airport definitely within 4 hours.
Or we're in trouble anyways.
Yeah. All right. Make sure avionics master's on. Heat battery is armed. Heat defrost. We got radios, so we got ground. We got the ATIS on here. We got the tower. And 2285, I think, is practice area up there. Ignore 2285. So that's good. We're back down here. Transponder is 1200. Taxi area is clear. Brake, release set. Brakes released. See anybody back there? Come on, roll. There we go. Turns. Stops. One stops, the other one, all right, they work independently. Want to check yours?
Yeah, I do. I have flight controls.
You got the flight controls.
Works. Left one works. They both work. You have the flight controls.
All right, I got the flight controls.
Flight controls.
All right, brakes. All right. Where are we headed today?
We're going to head north.
Head up to that where we practice, or?
Yeah.
Towards Matanzas?
You want to do a couple takeoff and landings first? Pattern looks like nobody's up here.
We don't need to.
Okay, let's go north.
I do want to do a short field takeoff.
Okay.
Haven't done one of those in a while. So I'm going to ask for a short delay, right?
Yep.
There's my tower. Good morning, you guys. I haven't heard anybody talking on the ground, so I don't know if... All right, 29, where's he going to send us? He's going to send us Gulf to the run-up. Gulf Echo to the run-up. Gulf Echo Alpha to the run-up. We're not sure where we want to go, though.
And they're using two.
Do what?
I'm guessing that, too, because they're using 2.9.
Yeah. And we'll come out there. Go Alpha to Golf to 29. Cross 24.
Yep.
Flagler ground, Archer 624, Charlie Juliet. Just holding short of the new, in front of the new hangars, holding short of Gulf with Foxtrot, ready to taxi to the run-up area for north departure.
Archer 624, Charlie Juliet, Flagler ground, run-up area, taxi via Golf Echo.
Golf Echo to the run-up, Archer 4, Charlie Juliet. Golf Echo. Come on up the hill. This is what I thought it was going to do after I started studying it this morning.
Uh-huh.
I was like, well, no sense in jumping down there, getting in the shower right away. Double check and see.
Right.
And I don't know what I don't know what your plan was.
I was thinking the same thing because I watched it yesterday and they said they were pretty right on what this is going to happen. In the morning we might have the tail end of these showers and rain, and then it should slowly move out. But it looks like it's going to be
November
over.
733 Tango Tango would like to pick up my IFR clearance to KCAE, Columbia.
November 733 Tango Tango, Flagler ground, cleared to Kilo Charlie Alpha, Echo, Airport. As filed, on departure, maintain 1,500. Expect 7,010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 125.8.
See anybody?
4237.
Tango Tango, I hear him a lot out here.
733 Tango Tango, cleared as filed. 1,500, expect 7,001 minute. 125.8, squawk 4327, Tango Tango.
Skyhawk 3 Tango Tango, expect 7,010 minutes after departure. And squawk 4237.
Why is this guy facing the wrong way?
Because I don't know.
7,000 in 1 minute.
I don't really want to go in front of him.
Tango Tango.
Skyhawk 3 Tango Tango, squawk 4237.
I guess we don't have much wind.
Tango Tango, that's 4237.
And expect your final altitude 10 minutes after departure, 10 minutes.
Final altitude 7,010.
Not sure I would be in that position right there. That's
Skyhawk 3 Tango Tango, read back correct.
That is poor situational awareness on his part.
Mm-hmm. You get pulled in here and then pulled
And gone on to the end.
Yep.
All right, park and brake is set. He figures nobody's out here.
Yeah.
But he went right by us, so he knew we were coming. Park and brake is set. Mixture's going rich. Throttle's 2,000. Left mag. Drops 90 or 100, back up. Right mag. Right there at the same. Within 10. Back up. Alternate air. That's working. All my instruments are all in the green. Everything looks good. Coming back to an idle. Idling good today. Josh, you did good.
Yeah. Now he may ask the question, when you did the alternate air, why does the alternate air make the RPM drop?
Because it's hot and it's less dense.
Yep, that's getting it from inside the cowling.
Lean it back. Alright. Alright. Magneto's tested. Bus volts, alternator, idle. Back up. Pronunciation, would check those again. ESP is off, it should be. Autopilot. Autopilot, heading, turn, goes down. everything's moving in the right direction. Come on, goes up. That's moving. It's really hard for me to see the elevator moving.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
I can barely see it.
Disconnects. Autopilot. That disconnects. Autopilot and the trim disconnects. Trim. Trim. Trimming back for neutral. And one does not work. One button. Alright, flight instruments. Everything there set. Navigation, we're not configuring anything. Transponder is 1200. Flight controls, that one's up, that one's down. Elevator's working. That one is down. That one is up. And the elevators are supposed to. Lights is required. We got our strobe fin on. Takeoff briefing. Alright, we're going 2-9. So 2-9 sends us back to Bunnell.
Ground November 73
We've got
Tango at the Badlands would like to taxi to the active runway. Information Foxtrot with a IFR departure.
Skyhawk 733 Tango.
In the unlikely event we have trouble and we're still on the runway, we're just going to throttle back. If we get in the air and we get trouble, and we've got runway left, we're going to land right out in front of us. If we get 200 or 300 feet, I had to tell you, Craig, we're looking for some soft trees right out in front. If we get 800 or 900 feet, we got some options. We're looking for soft trees. There is 100 out there. There's a golf course, but I don't know if we can go anything with it because it's pretty tight. It's probably going to be trees. There is US 1 possibility also. That's what we're going to have to deal with.
And maybe if we were in a pattern and made the crosswind turn, then we would just come back to the airport.
Yeah, well, yeah. Brakes release. All right. Put this up. Get this back out. Now he's going to give us Alpha cross 24 maybe.
Or you might say Echo Golf cross 24.
Echo.
He did one time.
Oh, back that way?
Spin all the way around.
Let's see what he gets. Flagler ground, Archer 624 Charlie Juliet. Finish with my run up, ready to taxi to runway 24. Or 29.
For Charlie Juliet, runway 29er is in use. Taxi via Echo Golf, cross runway 24.
Echo Golf, cross 24 to runway 29, Archer 4 Charlie Juliet. I didn't circle it. And I normally do that. Echo Golf.
Well, now I get I would
So
probably
I'm coming back out here.
Yeah, we wouldn't even hit Alpha. You can cut right through that
there.
third one. Yep.
What's this guy doing?
He's not done with his run-up yet. Probably time building.
Got my eye on you, bud.
No, that's an older Cessna because it's got the lights and the cowling.
Oh, yeah.
And now they have LED bulbs. They were incandescent and they'd vibrate. We would get 10 hours out of them. Because the filaments would just vibrate and then they would break.
Oh, yeah.
Skyhawk 3 Tango, give way to the Archer, turning left on the Golf from Echo.
We'll give way to the Archer, turning left.
It must be coming up here.
There's Echo, here's Golf.
Flight the ground, Skyhawk 6313 Foxtrot, looking taxi to the active from that 24 run-up area.
There, he's way down there.
Yeah. Runway 29er, taxi via Echo Golf, cross runway 24, follow 3 Tango. They're on Golf right now.
Echo Golf, follow
Tango, cross 3.
Alright, lights on. I don't see anybody coming down there. Don't see anybody here.
Likely clearance, Duke 420 Juliet Delta. We're IFR to Fort Lauderdale expected.
Duke 420 Juliet Delta, Flagler ground. Clearance on request. I'll call you back when I have it.
Juliet Delta, thanks.
What's our ground roll going to be roughly today?
When I checked it earlier this morning, it was 1,046, I think. How's that?
We can just say
I checked it.
Yeah.
Okay, you checked it.
I'm just prepping you for
1,100 feet-ish.
Yeah, we'll just write.
Because this is not a dry runway.
Right, but the takeoff roll, there's a little bit of
extra drag because it's wet.
But I don't know. I don't think this is going to give it much drag. That's why the numbers are so variable to them, you know?
It just, because the conditions aren't ideal.
Yeah. You know, how wet? Half an inch, quarter inch, damp.
I was thinking last night I would like to kind of land in the rain one time.
Yeah.
All right. For taxi, ground run up, we got that. We're good. For takeoff, all right. We're going a short field takeoff. Short takeoff. 10 degrees of flaps. Full power, holding the brakes. Rotate at 55. Clear your object at 60. 64. All right. Get this flight director's off. All right.
Duke 420 Juliet.
Take off. Fuel pump is on.
Showing your departure time.
Bullish tank. We got left.
What is your new departure time?
Let's get on there. All right. My lights are on. God, no. All right. Engine gauges all look green. Mixture's going rich. AC is off. Seat belts, doors latched. You good?
Yep.
Flagler Tower, Archer 624 Charlie Juliet, holding short of runway 29 on Gulf, ready for departure, like a short delay.
Archer 624 Charlie Juliet, Flagler Tower, runway 29, clear for takeoff. Short delay approved, and right turn on course, leaving the Delta Spring change approved.
Clear for takeoff, runway 29, short delay approved, leaving the Delta, frequency change approved, and a right turn approved. Archer 4 Charlie Juliet. That's a lot. All right. Don't see anybody out there on final. Zoom this out. Short field, I'm using every bit of runway we got. All right, got brakes are on. All right, we're going full throttle.
I do remember you're going to need a lot of right rudder.
Yep, all right, we're good. We're going. Looking for 2300. There it is. Airspeed's alive. Come on. Come on. Come on. There's wanting to go up. My 50 feet. Just a little bit. There's 200. Get rid of those flaps. There's 76. Drifting a little bit. All my instruments are green. We're still good. Right rudder.
Oh, does it make sense how smooth it is here now?
And look at the clouds are just barely.
Yeah.
Kind of just hanging.
There, yep.
Flagler Tower, November 733 Tango Tango, holding short runway 29, ready for departure.
Sky 3 Tango Tango, hold short runway 29, wait now Farley.
Tango Tango, holding short runway 29.
Line man, let's go up. Where are we going?
We'll head up to the north practice area, do some of those maneuvers.
What did he say our clouds were? 6,000? We'll go to 4.
Tango Tango, runway 29, fifth takeoff, flight heading 360, from maintain 2000.
See, these are my favorite days to fly.
Tango Tango.
No, no sun. All right, AC is going on, our fans on.
360.
I used to have these funny little, somebody, an old aviation artist sketch that showed bad day. Anyways, it showed a VFR pilot, sunny day, beautiful. That showed commercial pilot, high overcast, no sun,
Oh yeah,
smooth air.
I've seen that.
It's like, that's my kind of day.
Cruise, climb, airspeed's 87, trim for 87, get back on your heading. Throttle's open, fuel pump is going off, mixture set.
313 Foxtrot, holding short runway 29, ready for departure.
Alright, 13 Foxtrot, hold short runway 29.
How was my short field takeoff?
That looked real good. You did a very nice job at tracking that center line. And like even when you're airborne, I mean, before we drift, you just keep an eyeball on that center line and just use whatever rudder's needed
Tango, contact
to
Daytona.
maintain it.
Tango Tango, contacting Daytona.
Here's what I did kind of, you know, I know you've told me this 100 times, but in slow flight, if you just let go of the rudder, it turns your left turn for you.
Yes. That's why I've demonstrated. I do that with, I said to my, new instructors, I said, listen, you should teach, you're teaching P factor, turning tendencies. It's not just, why do we do it? It's a maneuver we have to do for the check ride.
Right, yeah.
But you can see that tight radius of turn and that you can have your left foot on, I'll put it on the ground to do all the left and right turns, and straighten it out, just adjust the rudder pressure.
$210, or no, what did he say? He's 220?
Yes, 220.
220, so he's, and you're at 185. So he's going to be 35 pounds heavier.
Yep.
So I need to go get 5 cases of water and put over there in that seat.
To get used to that. There you go. I could just put a weight belt on or something to go flying prior.
You know what? The only place that it makes a measurable difference to me.
Right.
Steep turns, because there's so much load, right?
Uh-huh.
And probably slow flight a little bit. It's going to take me a while, when I set up for slow flight, to figure out, all right, what's his weight in here? How's that going to affect me?
Right.
Which, from what I've read, it's like, look, when you set up, it takes as long as you want to set up.
Yeah.
And then figure out what plane's doing with his weight and everything, and then go, okay, I'm ready. What do you want
really,
to do?
the 35 pounds isn't going to be a whole lot of difference.
Probably not. No, I wouldn't think so, but. But, 35 pounds, the airplane's only 2250, Craig.
No, I know.
So 35 pounds is a lot.
Right. Where it makes a difference is the arm, because your center of gravity's here.
Yep.
So you're going to have just a little bit of a, you need a little bit of a higher angle of attack, a little bit, but it's going to be very negligible for 35 pounds.
Uh-huh.
But where it really makes a difference when you're flying with tip tanks and that, because if you get a fuel unbalance, and then you look at it, it's like,